Hello and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Kaylee and on this channel I cover all things true crime, travel, lifestyle and just generalized vlogs. But today we're talking about a subject that I absolutely love, and that is Outlander. Now, if you haven't heard of Outlander, it is a fantastic book series that was written by Diana Gabaldon 30 years ago, which blows my mind. We're currently up to book 8, with the 9th being released later this year. The series has had that much success that there are spin-off novels, there's a TV show which brought in an abundance of new fans, there's also trading cards, collectibles, you name it, there is something out there for everybody to enjoy when it comes to Outlander. The main storyline of Outlander is about Claire and Jamie. Now, Claire is from 1945, but managed to travel back in time through the Standing Stones and meets Jamie Fraser in 1743. The crazy adventures and the crazy life that these two characters have is set out throughout the entire series. Of course, there are additional storylines and additional characters that come into play, but they are the main characters, I would say, throughout the entire series. But if you are like me and you're absolutely obsessed with Outlander, you already know everything that I have just said, and you're wondering, why am I watching this video? Well, I want to talk to you all about something that is just a wild spread of different theories throughout every sort of Outlander community that I am a part of. Now, one of the main big questions that everybody has is Jamie's ghost at the very start of book 1, at the very start of season 1. What is he doing there? How is he there? What has brought him there? There are so many different theories about this, and that is what today's video is all about. This is one for the Outlander fans like myself that just want to know all of the different theories about Jamie's ghost in season 1. Now, obviously, I want to know what your theory is. Please put your theories in the comments below. I have scoured the internet reading thousands and thousands of different fan theories on how he got there, why he's there. There are so many good ones, and I want to go through some of the amazing ones that I found over the course of the last couple of years. Now, please remember, these are all just fan theories, and I, like many Outlander fans, know that we will not find out, apparently, until the final paragraph in the final book. But until then, we can guess and play what if as much as we like. So I want to jump into the very first theory that I found, and I thought, oh, that's not a bad one. I'm okay if that one sort of plays out. Please remember, these are all in my head and they might get a bit blurry. Work with me here. But Claire's soul cannot meet up with Jamie's until her timeline is rectified for the future. So what happens if Jamie and Claire both die peacefully and happily in their beds, asleep, at the age of 90 in the past? Well, Jamie's soul could be there wandering around. He's completed his traditional timeline of events for his life. But Claire, we know she's going to be born in the future again, and kind of sets off her journey into a second spin, possibly. Well, what if her soul can only reunite with Jamie's once she's had her traditional sort of timeline in the future? Once it reaches 2020, for example, that's when Claire's soul can be reunited with Jamie once her traditional timeline of 80 or 90 years has passed. So Jamie is then there watching Claire, knowing that in another 80 years they can reunite, but at this point he's just waiting and watching, because remember, he was going to watch over her throughout all of time. The second theory that I stumbled across was remembering that it's Halloween, and that is when ghosts are able to sort of access the earthly plane and all that sort of stuff in this storyline and in the cultural aspects of it. Now, what if Jamie is just there to ensure that Claire does get to the stones so that she can travel back and they can start their journey together and start their life together? With this theory, it's more a case of Jamie is there just to ensure that Claire goes through the stones. So I'm not sure that that really helps the sort of ending wrap-up of how it would end the series or anything like that. This theory, I like it, but it was more of a... that's explaining the here and now, but if there's going to be a purpose to the action, I think it's going to be greater than just starting the journey. So theory 3 was basically Jamie had died at Culloden for a split second. His soul had left his body and headed off to try and find Claire. When he's seen Claire there, she has sort of given him the strength to push back and return to life in the hopes that one day he will in fact see her again. I wasn't a big fan of this one. I mean, I was and I wasn't. I mean, it's really hard with theories because I like to pick and choose bits and pieces out of them that I like. But then when I try to mash them all together for my own mega theory, I contradict myself in areas and it's just so hard. But I just don't think this is going to be the wrap up. But it was a good theory nonetheless. The next theory that I found, I don't think I'm a fan of. I hope there's more than this, but look, who knows? Who knows? That's the best part about this series. If you think you know what's coming, you never ever do. So what if basically Claire's spirit has in fact passed over already and poor Jamie is stuck in purgatory reliving his life over and over and over again and unable to join Claire on that final ending of the happiness of afterlife? Basically, it's saying that Claire, she's gone. Her essence and her spirit is gone and what's happening is just a replay of her life. And Jamie is just reliving it and reliving it and reliving it. And he now knows. So when his spirit dies in that loop between his death and Claire's birth in the future, he's able to roam as a free spirit. He knows the point of time by now when Claire arrives and travels through the stones. So he goes there in the aspect of waiting for the timeline to start again. Now that theory, that breaks my heart. I really hope that's not it. I hope that one is just so wrong, but who knows? Theory number 5, and this is a bit of a spoiler if you have not read the majority of the books, but Jamie is able to see parts of the future. We know this because he could see Brianna's birthmark and Jem with the phone and things like that. So what if his projection is just how he was doing that, but he's back in the past, obviously. So what happens if he's had this future projection and an image or a dream, and that's what we actually see was how he projects himself into the future to see these events happening, and Frank was just lucky enough to see him. Who knows? I actually like that theory because it's it explains more about the fact that Jamie can see the future, but I don't think I would like that to be explained separately and more so give them a chance to be together in the future. I don't know. I just really hope that that's not I don't want that to be the reasoning for the ghost in the episode 1, book 1. I want Jamie's visions of the future to be explained much better than all that. By the way, we're just mixing those two together. I hope that makes sense. I do love that theory though. It is a good one. The next theory is the one that I most absolutely despise. I don't want it to be a part of the series. I don't even want it to be in my brain. I do not like it. But it was a fan theory that has been mentioned many times on the internet, so it could have some credibility. So what if Jamie did in fact die at Culloden and Claire did travel back through the stones to the future, but this caused a complete mental breakdown, and from that point in the story we see what the life could have been or should have been if Claire had been able to recover from the mental breakdown which she suffered. But what we're actually viewing and what we're seeing is what Claire wanted in life, and what her outcome was. She knew she had to have a struggle, so she struggled for the next 20 years and then happiness, but then I hate it. I absolutely hate that theory, and I pray that is just nothing in that realm. I don't want any sort of, oh, we woke up and it was a dream, or, that this is a story that she's telling her children that's just, about the past, or PTSD from her World War II. I don't want any of that sort of stuff in my theories. I'm all about time travel and love and laughter and no mental breakdown, and it's all imaginary, and please no. Another theory very, very similar to that one that we just talked about, which I would like to call Voldemort, that will never be named again, but Another version of that theory was also widely talked about, and that is the fact that maybe Claire didn't even travel through the stones. What if Jamie is not real at all? He just doesn't exist. He's not real. There's no Jamie. There's no life with Jamie. But Claire has in fact suffered some sort of PTSD, some sort of mental trauma, some sort of incident during her World War II days, and that has set off the sort of timeline of events for her mind. Now, imagine if you think about it as in she's comparing a lot of things. So we know Frank looked like Black Jack Randall, and we know that the Culloden War was happening and World War II was happening, and then there were the soldiers from, there were a lot of things that you can go, well, this could be matched up with this, or this could be matched up with this. That could play out to be, well, maybe she's just a very Wizard of Oz kind of aspect. You know how at the end of Wizard of Oz there was whoever was whoever and whoever was whoever. Maybe that is what has happened, and she's living out the life that her mind has created. Again, I hate that theory. I don't want it. I don't want any part of it, but it was widely talked about, so I thought I'd add it in here. A romantic theory is that Claire and Jamie's souls have been intertwined since the very beginning of time. So no matter what situation or what timeline or what happens in life, they will find each other and intertwine their lives back together. So even though Jamie can't travel physically, his soul is still and always searching for Claire's and will sort of bring her back to him into the past, no matter where she is throughout the future. And this actual section, like this book, this series of events is just one of many different timelines that the couple have together. I don't know, it's a bit lovey-dovey, that one, isn't it? I mean, the whole show is very, very lovey-dovey, but I don't know, that one, it's just so cute. I hope they have a happy ending. That's my greatest fear, is that this book series is going to turn around and massacre everybody and please don't massacre them. Like, who knows though? Who knows? Today is actually the 1st of June 2021, and it is International World Outlander Day. So do yourself a favor, jump onto the description box below. I'm going to link the book series, the TV series, the audio book series. Go down there, check it out. You will definitely find something in the Outlander world that will suck you in if you're new to Outlander. And if you're not new to Outlander, please put those theories in the comments below. I love to read them. It is insane what some people, they've clicked up every little bit of information and they've put it together, and they have some of the best theories. But then they just suck me in, and it contradicts with my other theories, and I just get so bombarded with theories, but I love it. So please put them all down below. If you haven't yet subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. It really does help our channel grow. I do bring out an Outlander video every single week to help with our Droughtlander, which I think that's ending soon. Fingers crossed. I hope to see you in the next video, and until then, happy International Outlander Day, everybody. Have a fantastic day. Bye.